So there's a lot to know about when it comes to camera bags, as they can drastically vary in price, features, size, how you carry it, how they handle, and much more. So in this beginner-oriented video, I am going to go over all the key things to look for when considering a new bag for your individual needs. So this is the bag I'm currently using. It's a PGY-Tech bag. It's a really nice bag. It's got a lot of features, a lot of pockets and stuff like that, and I really like the bag. So what makes it a good bag for me over other bags is what I'm going to try to explain in this video. So for starters, is the bag waterproof? Can you attach a tripod to it? Like, how good is the build quality? You know what I mean? Like, are the zippers highly rated zippers that like won't fail, you know, in a year? So there's like little details like that that you really need to look for and consider. Bag sizes, for example, are usually measured in liters. So this is considered a 25-liter bag. So that's pretty fat, it's kind of thick, you know, you can see the thickness of it there. So if I open this up real quick, I'll just show you what's inside this bag really quick so you can see what 25 liters gets you, so you can compare it to like your individual use case. This flap here is where the laptop can slide in. So this has a laptop holder and another holder here for like a tablet if you want. So you could literally put both a laptop and a tablet, and it's got nice padding, pretty good protection there. But anyways, this is what 25 liters will get you. So right here I have my DJI Mini Pro 4 drone, and it's in its own little bag, so I could just pull this out and take this if I want. So over here I have a little compartment that I have memory cards and stuff in. I should have that zipper closed. And I got a rag here to clean, you know, my lenses and things like that. I have two camera bodies. I got the Sony a6700 here. And right now I have the Sony a7C with this 100mm macro lens I'm currently reviewing. And I got over here, I got audio stuff. I have my camera strap, some audio stuff. I have a flashlight in case I'm out at night, and I got a little blower here. Now in here is another compartment that holds batteries and stuff like that. Now this also has very high quality zippers. So you can see here, let me just zip this back up. So right here you can see how the zippers have like that rubber coating, and it kind of creates like a seal, so making this bag like fairly waterproof. In addition, this bag has a really nice back on it with these cooling things, so it's very comfortable for hiking. So a couple of things to consider. Another thing to consider is expandability. It's another reason why I got this bag. Check this out. So if we open up this front area, the bag actually pops out and it'll give you more storage. You could open this up here, and now you have this whole area of extra space that you can fill up. So I actually have my car insurance in here because I need to put it in my car. And in here they put a whole bunch of stuff. They got like a rain cover. So you have an extra rain cover if you really need full waterproof, you're in torrential downpour type situation. And then these straps hook onto these hooks and allow you to basically put tripods and other things you could mount to the bag. So that's another thing worth considering, is expandability. Like, sometimes you need the room. So traveling, you might want to carry the bag a different way. So I have this handle here so I can carry the bag like this if I want to. It's got the handle on the top, and it's got this handle on the back, so you can lift it like this. Another cool thing about this strap is when you're traveling and you have like a roller bag with like that handle, you can slide this strap like over the handle, and it makes it much easier to carry your camera bag if you have a roller as well, so you don't have to wear it as a backpack. In addition, some bags have pockets on the sides that you can give you quick access to the camera. So for example, on this side here, you could see how now you got the microphone and stuff. So it's giving access to that like area of the bag. So I could have a camera there if I wanted and just grab the camera out. But while this is open, I just wanted to show you this little zipper, because these little details are things that really matter to somebody like me. So we have battery slots here, which is very nice, and you can turn them like on and off. See, there's like a red and a green. So if you're in like a wedding or something like that and you're going through multiple batteries, you'll know which ones are charged and which ones are dead. You know, just little things like that are just stuff to look out for, you know. So access to the bag quickly without having to open the entire bag. That's what this pocket is for, and this has two of those. So this one does it as well. So you can see here, I can get in, you'll see my drone in there. So it gives you access to inside the bag without having to open the entire bag. Some bags have that, some bags don't. And then also to keep in mind, you have the strap here. Now, if you're doing a lot of hiking or long traveling, you're gonna want a nice cushy strap. And this one has like that memory foam in it. So it's really nice when you're doing longer walks. I've noticed that. So, like I said, this is the bag I'm currently using, but I'm gonna switch to this bag because I just got this bag here at the Sony Kando event. So this is a really nice bag. It's made by this company, Wandered. I'm not exactly sure how to say that. Wandered. But very nice. It's like more waterproof. This is like a really good bag for like if you're in hardcore weather. And what's different about this bag is it's actually smaller. This is only a 21 liter bag. So it's quite a bit smaller than my other bag. But I don't need all that space all the time. And what's cool about this bag is it's expandable on the top. It has this top section that unrolls. And you could fit a lot of stuff in this top area. So we're talking like sweatshirts, you know, whatever you might want to bring. But when you're not using it, you can compact it down and then put this hook in like so. So this is expandable similar to my other bag, but in a different way. This one kind of expands like, you know, vertically, let's say, as opposed to like fat-wise. Now, why that matters is because if you're wearing the backpack and it's like really fat off your back, when you're trying to go through doorways and stuff like that, your backpack will like hit stuff, you know, and it kind of sucks. That's one advantage of having a thinner backpack on. Like you can go through crowds much easier with a thinner backpack. You know what I mean? When you turn sideways, when I'm wearing this other bag, I almost have to go like with my shoulders straight because I'm thinner that way than I am sideways with the fatter bag. So I do notice when using like thinner bags on my back, it's much easier to navigate through crowds and situations like that. So now I just want to open this quick to show you how it's different. So you can see here how it's got this strap again for if you're traveling. You can put this over the handle of the suitcase if you have one of those roller suitcases, which is cool. It's also got very nice straps. They're not quite as soft as that other PGY Tech bag I just showed you, but this one can also hold your laptop, and it's got a lot of zippers, a lot of separate compartments right here, which I really like. It's got 2 slots, so you can do tablet, laptop situation. Now this is an extra component. This actually came separately. It didn't come with the bag. So this spot here was empty by default. So you would have to buy like a camera cube to put in here. And this is what that looks like. This is like one of those cubes. So you can open this up and you have access to the side. And you can see on this bag, you also have side access right here. So you could open this up and you could get into this cube, right? If the cube was in there, you'd have access to it if you opened up this flap. So again, it's very similar to the way the other bag is set up. It's just set up differently. So it's got 2 compartments here. You can take this out, it's Velcroed, so you can remove this part here. But this is the top section. And it's got the, you know, waistband and stuff if you're hiking, that's what this is. So this top section is where I'm going to put my drone, and this is where I'm going to put this camera cube back in, and I'll put some of my camera gear in there. So that's how I'm going to use this one. And then I have this expandable top if I need it for like sweatshirts and stuff. And you know, it's just a different style bag. It's really nice, this bag. It's got a lot of options. It's got another hidden pocket here on the bottom. It's got a lot of little zippers and stuff like that. And on the front, it's got another pocket here. You could open up and you can get access. I actually got more stuff in here that I never even took out. That's pretty sweet. But anyways, so this is another pocket here you can put stuff in on the front of the bag. On the top here, you have another zipper that will give you access to this really soft pocket. It's like a fleece-lined pocket. So what you need to think about is, what is your use case? Are you going hiking? Are you going traveling? Are you just going on a little walkabout, let's say on the street, where you don't need too much gear, but you want to have good protection, let's say, just in case it rains? You know, there's just like variables you need to factor in. How much gear do you need to carry is a key factor when it comes to picking the size of your bag. I did a couple of engagement shoots, and I was out in the woods pretty deep with all my gear, and it started pouring raining when it wasn't supposed to. So I had a lot of money in that bag, you know what I mean? So I had to put the rain cover on, which wasn't a big deal. I think I was using this bag at the time. This is my low pro bag, which I really like. It's a Pro Tactic bag. And it has a rain cover in the bottom here you can take out, and it goes over the bag. So I had good protection on the bag, but the bag itself isn't really waterproof. Like the other 2 bags I showed you are much more weatherproof than this one. So you kind of need the rain cover for a bag like this. And this bag is actually a little bit thinner too, which I did like when I was walking through crowds and stuff. It was easier to navigate than that other bag. Another huge thing to factor in, as far as I'm concerned anyway, would be, can you carry a laptop? Because when I go to work, I always bring my laptop. I always have my laptop pretty much with me, unless I'm going hiking, then I take it out of the bag, of course. I'm not going to carry that extra weight. But if you're somebody that's like a reporter, or, you know, you're doing work at like cafes and stuff like that, and you have your gear, and on the road, on the bus, whatever, you're going to do some work, you need a bag that can accommodate your laptop. So you need to factor in how big is your laptop. These bags will all fit pretty much 14. I think they would even fit 16-inch laptops, but any bigger than that, you're going to probably have to look for a specific bag that's larger for a large laptop. But regular size laptops will fit in pretty much all of these bags that I just showed you. So things to consider when you're traveling is extra straps hanging all over everywhere. Like if you have a bag with a lot of extra straps, it's likely to get caught on stuff when you're going through security, and that you don't want that to happen. It's a nuisance. It's going to hold you up, and it's a pain in the ass. It's just frustrating, you know? So highly recommend. That's one reason, again, why I got this PGY Tech bag. It's fairly smooth on the outside, you see? There's really not much that can get caught other than these back straps here. You know, it originally did have the waist strap option you can put on as well for hiking, which I do use when hiking, and they clip on and off right on these heavy duty loops. So I would recommend like breaking the bag down as much as possible when traveling, so you have as little straps on the outside as possible. Some bags just have more of that stuff than others. So if you're traveling, I would, if that's primarily what you're doing, I would look for a smoother bag, you know, on the outside, just so it's easier getting it in and out of your overhead. You know, sometimes the straps go underneath other people's bags, and then you're like fighting to get your bag out. Like, you don't want to be that guy, you know? Another thing you need to consider about bags is how it sits when you open it, and how it just sits in general. So to bring this bag back up again for like the 8th time, see how this bag sits flat like this? It just sits there. It's not going to fall over. It's pretty stable. When you open it fully, you have to have it on its front, and the back opens. That's how this bag works. Now, if I show you this Pro Tactic bag, this bag doesn't really stand up. It just falls over pretty much every time, which is extremely annoying. If you go to put your bag down and it's wet out, you really don't want it falling over, and this one falls back, so like it'll literally get wet like on the back straps areas and stuff. So what I would have to do with this bag is you could swing it around and open one of these quick access doors and grab your gear out of it. That's one option. The other option is to just take it off and then put it down on the ground like this. So you're putting it down on, like, you know, the tactical side, let's say, and then you open it up and you know, put it back. I really like my other bag for getting the laptop out because it'll stand like this, and I can just open the top of it and like peel it open a little bit, and I can pull the laptop out, and I don't have to like throw it down like this, open the whole thing. So it's just a matter of use cases, which is, you know, what I'm trying to explain here. So this bag sort of stands. If it has a laptop in it, it's a little bit heavier on the back side here, so it'll be a little more stable. But right now it's fairly unstable, but there's no weight in it. My other bag is a little bit fatter and it has weight in it, so it's definitely significantly more stable. But I put my laptop in this bag and it was significantly more stable than this. But this one does stand like this, which is nice. So that's cool. By the way, this bag has a pretty cool quick access port on the top that the other bags don't have. See this? This whole thing opens up and you can get in there. So if you have a large lens with like, you know, like a 200 to 600, you could shove that in here, and then the camera body would be up here, and you would be able to grab that out very easily, quickly. So I do like this trap door. I do have my drone up here for the most part, but if I was using a 200 to 600, that's pretty much what I use this bag for now. This is like my sports bag, so I'll put the 200 to 600 in there with the camera body on top, and I could just pull it right out, and it works great. So, and it's like kind of hardened a little bit, the top on this, which I kind of like also. Like I said, there's different use cases, so I find that one easier to use when I'm doing that type of stuff. Every day, though, I'm tending to use the PGY Tech, but that's actually a little bit bigger than I need for most days. So I'm going to switch to that other new bag I just got. Another thing to consider is like hidden pockets. Some camera bags will have like hidden pockets like in the very bottom area, and that's cool if you want to like hide, you know, like money, passport, or like a Apple AirTag or something, like so you can track your bag, you know, in case you lose it or you leave it somewhere like on the bus. And it'll say that in the product description. It'll literally say it has like a hidden pocket for an AirTag, because that's like a new feature people are looking for. So another thing to consider, guys, is what the bag actually looks like, because there's all different types of bags, like the way they look. So some bags look like you definitely have camera gear in it. You know, it's like that's clearly a camera bag. Like it's unmistakable. Other bags, like by Peak Design, for example, I actually have this one here. This is a duffel style bag, but this just looks like a duffel bag. It doesn't really look like a camera bag, you know, but it is a camera bag. It's an awesome camera bag, by the way. But I don't really like using this one for camera gear because it's just like a big open bag. If you look at the inside, I mean, it's very nice. Don't get me wrong. This is a beautiful bag. But what I would need for this is one of these like camera cube things. So I could put a camera cube in there and then I could put gear in there. But I pretty much always prefer the backpack style. Now, you could theoretically use this as a backpack style if you want to by putting your arms through these straps and wearing it like a backpack, but obviously that's not going to be as comfortable as real backpack straps, you know, but this offers different types of versatility. So this is great for like if you're going camping and you need to pack clothes, but you're not necessarily putting any camera gear in here, but your other stuff, right? It's got all these little pockets where you can put like your ID, toothbrush, or just accessories, depending on what you're carrying. You could put tripods in here and stuff like that. It's really nice because it's got like a waterproof bottom. So you could put this down like right in a puddle and you don't even have to worry about it. Not that you would obviously purposely do that. But again, just, you know, a nice other option for, you know, duffel carry stuff. So you're kind of walking with it. I pretty much use this for clothes and stuff when I go camping. And I tend to use it more for that. Like it doesn't really work for my use case as far as photography equipment goes, but that might change at some point. So it's a great bag. It just, like, again, it depends on what you're doing, you know? By the way, guys, before I forget, I just wanted to tell you this duffel style bag is a 35-liter bag. So this is much larger capacity than both of the backpack. Oh, every other bag I've shown you here, much larger capacity. So just a quick pro tip here, guys. When you are traveling with your gear, I highly recommend hiding it if you leave it in your car or bringing it with you, because you have to look at it from the perspective of how much concentration of cash is in that bag. If you have a MacBook Pro in there, a couple camera bodies, a couple lenses, that is thousands of dollars inside an easy to carry, easy to steal bag. So if that's in your back seat, someone can just smash the window and take it. And you just lost, you know, thousands of dollars, you know, like whatever. So highly recommend hiding it if you're going to leave it in the car. But if you can bring it, I would always bring the bag with you whenever you can, because you're definitely better off having it on you than leaving it in a car somewhere. If you do have to leave it in the car, I highly recommend locking it in the trunk. You know, modern cars, you pretty much need the key to open stuff now. So I just lock mine in the trunk when I have to do that. Otherwise, I bring the bag with me because it's just too much money tied up. And I've heard so many stories of people's stuff getting stolen. All right, so just to let you guys know, this PGY Tech bag goes for about $220. And it actually came with another bag inside this bag. It came with a shoulder bag, which I don't have anymore, but I do have a very similar shoulder bag here. This one's a little bit bigger, but this is kind of what that shoulder bag looked like. So this is what a shoulder bag will get you. This is pretty awesome if you're just walking around on the street and you only need to carry a little bit of gear, but you could still fit a decent amount in here. But this is a pretty cool bag. It's got like these little slots in here for extra stuff. It's got little pockets in the back here, you know, so you can have your stuff separated and organized. And it also has another zipper here, so you can get stuff in there. So again, you can't really carry that much gear with this, but if you're just doing a walkabout and you don't want to have that backpack on you for the entire walk, you know the deal, guys. You're wearing a backpack, you're going to have a sweaty back, and then you're going out to dinner after or something. You don't want to be that guy with the sweaty back, and you're only carrying a little bit of gear anyway. That's why you would want like a small sling style bag, you know, one you can swivel over your shoulder. That bag is actually called the One Go Solo Sling Bag version 2, and it's 6 liters. So this is a 6-liter size bag versus the 25-liter bag, which is the PGY Tech, the large one. This is a 25-liter bag as well. But the difference between this bag and the PGY Tech large one is that front part on the PGY Tech will expand out. So giving you a lot more storage if you need it. So I was on the way back from Utah last year and I had a bunch of extra stuff to bring with me and I didn't have enough room in my suitcase. So I was able to stuff the front of that, you know, expandable part on the other bag there it saved me. You know, I put like towels in there and stuff and it ballooned out. So the bag was really fat when I had it fully loaded like that. It was awkward to carry, but I was able to get all my stuff. I can't do that with the Low Pro bag. It is not expandable in that way. The Low Pro bag is cool because it has those carabiner, you know, straps everywhere. So you can literally hook things to the carabiners and outfit the bag if you're hardcore like that. So that is cool. And that's how you would have put the tripod on the back. They make a carabiner little pocket that comes with it, and then you can put your tripod in it and strap it to the back of that bag. So it's versatile in that way. You can't do that though with the PGY Tech bag. That doesn't have the clips everywhere where you can just mount stuff. So again, it just depends on what you do. If you're one of those people that uses those carabiner clips to hold all sorts of stuff, water bottles, all this other crap, that might be a good option, something like that, you know? So, all right guys, so the last bag I just wanted to show you quickly is this rugged style bag. Now this is a holster style bag. They make them in all different sizes. This particular bag is like $18, very cheap. What I use this bag for is mountain biking. I pretty much cased it, but I was going fast enough, so it wasn't too bad. It has these little straps on the back that I can use a belt. So I just wear a belt, I weave it through these straps, and I basically have this like on my side, you know, like on my waistline here. So when I'm pedaling, it doesn't really affect anything. And it gives me the ability to carry a relatively small mirrorless camera and lens setup. So let me show you what the inside looks like quick. See that? It's just like a hole. So you just kind of put it down and the top of the back of the camera will sit right here. So you can't have too big of a lens. I usually use a wide angle small lens, so I've been using like an 11mm with my Sony a6700, or I'll bring my ZV-E10 out there, for example, and it's a pretty lightweight combo, and it has these little pockets for extra batteries, so that's nice. I can't really fit them often though, depending on what size lens I use, so we have this front pocket here where I tend to put the extra batteries. And you can see here I also use this for the GoPro. So I'll have a GoPro battery in here. The GoPro I usually just have on my chest, so I don't need this bag. This is for the mirrorless camera that I'm carrying. And it offers some protection, you know what I mean? It's got padding all around it. I mean, if you crash, it's not gonna be good, don't get me wrong, but they make holster bags, holster style bags in various sizes. So you can get much larger than this, but I wouldn't go much smaller unless you have a really tiny point and shoot style camera, like an RX100 or something like that. Then you can get a really small bag that can fit, you know, on your belt if you want, if you don't want to put it in like another bag or something. So at the end of the day, guys, what you really need to remember most, in my opinion, when it comes to, you know, picking your camera bag is you need to identify what your specific use case is first. That's like step one. So once you know like what you need it for, whether it's traveling, commuting, a do-everything bag, let's say, or just walking on the street, or riding a mountain bike, or whatever the case may be. Once you know your use case, that's a great place to start. At that point is when you need to look into different features, and that's what I tried to illustrate here. So you have different style bags, like you might just like other style bags versus different styles. Everybody has their preference. You might want a waterproof bag. You might not need a waterproof bag and have no use for that. You might want something that holds a laptop, but you might not want that. You might want secret pockets in there, you know, things like that. You might want expandability, which I do, like I told you, in case you just need extra room in some cases. In a lot of cases, though, I would say less is more when it comes to this stuff, because it's very easy to buy a larger bag than you need for those like cases where you have to carry everything. But if you're 99% of the time not carrying everything, now you have this bigger bag, you know, so really try to think about what you're carrying day to day, most of the time, let's say, and try to get a bag for that use case. That would be my recommendation. Otherwise, you might end up like me and have too big of a bag that you're always carrying around, you know, and then you learn the hard way. Pretty much all the bags I showed you here were very high quality bags, except for this rugged one. This is the cheapest one. This has like the cheapest zippers and things like that. Just keep that in mind. All the bags here will be linked below if you want to look and, you know, just see like the features more specifically, if you want to drill down and like learn the individual differences and so forth. But if you have any questions, you need me to recommend a bag, or, you know, you're just not sure between two bags and you're like, maybe Jay will be able to help or whatever, no problem. In the comments section below, guys, just ask away and I'll try my best to help you out. All right, guys, that about wraps up this video. But if you want a closer look at that Low Pro Tactica bag, be sure to check out this review here. I did a long-term review on that bag. So if you want to see like all the details on that specific bag, this is the video for you. All right, guys, I'll catch up with you next time. Take care.